Hello friends, today we are going to derive the formula for the nth root of complex number. Now before looking at the derivation for the nth root of the complex number, we must have to derive these three things. First is the modulus of z, second is the argument of z or the amplitude of z, and the third is the polar form of the z. So first we are going to start from modulus of z, then argument of z, and then polar form, and then we are going to start the derivation for the nth root of complex number. So first we will start with modulus of z. Now suppose if I draw the Argand diagram over here. This is real part of z and this is imaginary part of z. This is real axis and this is imaginary axis. This is imaginary axis and this is real axis. Now suppose if I take this complex number, that is a plus ib. So here a will be this much distance and b will be this much distance. So if I coordinate it, then I will get this point. So I will get this point, which is a comma b, which represents this complex number, that is a plus ib. So what is mod of a plus ib? It will be the shortest distance between this point, that is origin point, to this point, which represents this equation. So here if I joined this point to this origin point, that is 0, 0, so it get formed a right angle triangle. This will be theta, and what will be this hypotenuse? It will be mod of z. It will be mod of z. This much distance will be a and this much distance will be b. This is 0 to b, so this much distance will be b. We can find it. So now we have to find mod of z, that is mod of a plus ib. So it is getting formed right angle triangle, so we can use Pythagoras theorem to find mod of z. So we can say that a squared plus b squared is equal to mod z squared. So we can say that root of a squared plus b squared is equal to mod of z. This is the first formula that we have derived, that is root of a squared plus b squared is equal to mod of z. That we will write it over here. First, root of a squared plus b squared is equal to mod of z, where z is equal to a plus ib, and a and b are in the set of real numbers. This is the first. Now we are going to look at the derivation of argument of z or the amplitude of z. What is meant by amplitude or argument? It means the measure of this angle theta. The measure of this angle theta. So now we are going to find the measure of this angle, which is theta. So by using trigonometry, we can say the sin theta is equal to b by mod z. Let mod z is equal to r or any variable. So we can say that sin theta is equal to b by r, cos theta is equal to a by r. Cos theta is equal to adjacent by hypotenuse. Now if we take sin theta is equal to b by r, so we can get theta is equal to sin inverse of b by r. But the procedure of finding theta, if we take sin inverse, then it will be the long procedure. First we have to find mod of z first, that is r. So it will be the wrong procedure, so we must not have to take this. Next we will get cos. So we will get theta as cos inverse of a by r. Still it will not be correct. Why? Because first we have to find mod of z and then we have to take cos inverse of it, then it will be the long procedure. So we must have to neglect these two formulas, that is of sine and cos inverse. So for now if we take tan inverse or tan function, tan theta will be equals to r and r get cancelled. If we divide it, then it will be b by a. So we can say that theta is equal to tan inverse of b by a, that is tan inverse of b by a. In this case we must not have to find first mod z, just we have to know that what is b and what is a. We can find it, this is b and this is a. If we compare it by this general form, that is a plus ib, we can easily find a angle theta, that is argument of z, which is represented to be as arg of z, argument of z. So we have find this formula, that is theta is equal to tan inverse of b by a, that is equals to argument of z. Now we will write it over here. Second, that is argument of z, which is equals to theta is equal to tan inverse b by a. This is the second. Now what is third? The polar form of the complex number. Now we have to find the polar form of the complex number. Now we know that sin theta is equal to b by r and cos theta is equal to a by r. So we can find a value of a and value of b and we can put it in its general form to find the polar form of it. So if we take the sin theta and cos theta, so in first case of sin theta we can get that b is equal to r times sin theta, and in second case we get that a is equal to r times cos theta, r times cos theta. So z is equal to a plus ib, that is equals to a r cos theta plus I times r sin theta. Now r and r get common outside, so it will be r times cos theta plus I sin theta. Now if you have to, now this will be the polar form. Now if you have to write it in its exponential form, then it can be written as r times e raised to the power I times theta. This will be its exponential form and this will be polar form of the complex number. Now we will write it over here, third, which is polar form. Z is equal to r times cos theta plus I sin theta, and exponential form will be equals to r times e raised to the power I theta, r times e raised to power I theta. These are the three that first we have to know, and then we can start the derivation of the nth root of the complex number. Now we are going to start the nth root of the complex number derivation of it. So now we are going to start nth root of complex number. So what is nth root of complex number? It will be equals to z raised to power 1 by n. So first we have to find a value of z. First we are going to find a value of z, which is equals to r times cos theta plus I sin theta, which will be equals to r is written to be as mod z times cos theta is written to be as argument of z plus I times sin of argument of z. So what is mod z? It is equals to root of a squared plus b squared times cos, what is argument of z? It is tan inverse of b by a, tan inverse b by a plus I times sin tan inverse of b upon a. So we can write z in this format, where z is equal to a plus ib, and a and b are in the set of real numbers. This is the condition. Z is equal to a plus ib, and we can write it in this format, that is z. Now we will find z raised to the power 1 by n or nth root of z. So we can write it as nth root of z will be equals to root of a squared plus b squared times cos tan inverse b upon a plus I sin tan inverse b by a raised to the power 1 by n, So it will be equals to nth root of z. Now how we can find this value? So here we must have to put one theorem that is known to be as de Moivre's theorem. The proof of this theorem is done by the method of induction, that is chapter number 4th of 11th standard mathematics book of State Board, that we will look in another video of by using method of induction proving of de Moivre's theorem. So we will prove it afterwards. So what is de Moivre's theorem? It is that r times cos theta plus I sin theta raised to the power n is equal to r raised to power n times cos n theta plus I sin n theta. This is the theorem. This is the theorem. So by this theorem we can find it. So we can say that nth root of z. So we can say that nth root of z will be equals to nth root of a squared plus b squared. How we can find it? Root of a squared plus b squared raised to the power 1 by n. So it will be equals to nth root of a squared plus b squared times cos tan inverse of b upon a. So multiplied by 1 by n. So we will get tan inverse of b by a upon n. So it can be written as cos tan inverse b by a by n plus I sin tan inverse b upon a upon n. This is the simplification of this formula. So we can simplify it further. Yes, we can simplify it further. So this we will get as the polar form. If we simplify it further, then we will get it to be as nth root of a squared plus b squared times e raised to the power I times tan inverse b by a upon n. This is the final answer. So we can say that nth root of z will be equals to nth root of a squared plus b squared times e raised to the power I times tan inverse of b by a by n, where e is the natural log. E is the natural log. So we can say that nth root of z will be equals to nth root of a squared plus b squared times e raised to power I times tan inverse of b by a by n. This is the final answer that we will get. So what is the formula? Formula is nth root of z will be equals to nth root of a squared plus b squared times e raised to power I times tan inverse of b upon a upon n. This is the final answer, which is the proof of this formula. So let's summarize that all we have learned. So first we have learned the 4 things and 3 things and 4 things also. So first we had learned and proved root of a squared plus b squared is equal to mod of z, where z is equal to a plus ib and a and b are in the set of real number. Second, argument of z is equal to theta, that is equals to tan inverse of b by a. B in its general form is the imaginary part and a is the real part of z. And third, we had learned that z in the polar form can be written as r times cos theta plus I sin theta, where r is mod of z and theta is argument of z. Next we had learned de Moivre's theorem. The proof of it we will look at in a next video that contains of method of induction. So here what is polar form? Z is equal to r times cos theta plus I sin theta, and its exponential form is written as r times e raised to the power I theta. R is the mod of z, I and I is iota, that is imaginary number, and theta is argument of z. Next we had learned about de Moivre's theorem. What does de Moivre's theorem says? De Moivre's theorem says that r times cos theta plus I sin theta raised to the power n will give us r raised to power n times cos n theta plus I sin n theta. This is what de Moivre's theorem says. Now we will end our video in this point over here. Thank you.